Hello and welcome to Will Watches. This is Werewolf by Night. So I'm going into this pretty much blind. I didn't watch the trailer. I don't really know anything about the plot. Obviously, the main character's a werewolf. That's what I'm gathering. But I don't know anything else about the plot. I've seen a few images here and there. I know this is in black and white, and I know this is directed by Michael Giacchino, which is really exciting. He's actually usually a composer. He's done the Batman soundtrack. He's done Incredibles. He's done Ratatouille. He's done Jojo Rabbit. He's done loads of great soundtracks. So I am wondering how well he translates over into directing. But I do feel like composing scores for movies, you do have to have a good understanding of the themes of the movie, of the character, and of the emotion of the film. So I am hoping he does that really well. I think understanding the emotional context of the film is really important for a musical composer. So I'm hoping that Michael really grasps that here. If he did the score for this as well, he's listed as the director here, but I'm imagining he also did the score, right? That just makes sense. So this is part of my 2022 Halloween special. We've got loads more great horror films coming up, so make sure you're subscribed to keep up to date for all of those. And also, before we jump into this, be sure to check out the Patreon. Over there you can find 1 week early access. You can also find polls so you can vote for what's next, and you can find a full-length timer-based version of this where you can watch along with me and see anything that was cut out from the YouTube edit if you wanted. So yeah, let's just jump right in. Yeah, so this is something different, this special presentation. I know we have the Guardians holiday special coming soon as well. And I know, of course, okay, that's different. And of course, I know this is like a homage to all of the classic monster movies of the past. This is cool, orchestrated a bit more.
In our modern world, this is where monsters dwell, alongside those who hunt and slaughter them with pride.
I wonder if any of these are references to things in the comics.
Powerful supernatural relic.
Like Castlevania, doesn't it? Yeah, it looks like Simon Belmont from Castlevania.
Hunters have gathered from around the globe. Strangers until this night.
So they're all monster hunters, but I know, isn't the main character supposed to be a werewolf?
Who finds itself among them.
So there's a werewolf hiding in with them. I love the design on his, around his eyes. That's cool, the makeup. These look like TVA members, the guards.
Elsa's here.
Oh, there is some colour just for the bloodstone. I wonder if things get bloody later as well, it'll be for blood as well.
I understand the importance of anonymity in our line of work, but it gets lonely.
The guy's got two scars. I wonder they maybe purposely did that because if he had three, people would think Wolverine.
How long can we expect you to stay?
Give me what's mine, I'll leave now.
So she thinks she deserves it. Is she the family?
Bruce, so what I do with it after I've earned it will be none of your business. To be honest, that might be the best part.
Oh, that looks like Gore the God Butcher in the background, like the comic design though.
And over 100 deaths, give or take.
Over 100? Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, so he's the best here. Definitely a showboat, isn't he?
The hunter who slays this beast will become our new leader, taking possession of my bloodstone.
Okay, so maybe it isn't the main guy is a werewolf, or maybe he's like a hybrid. You know, he's a werewolf, but he's also hunting monsters, or he gets turned during the movie.
It was to be his daughter's, but through decades of absence, Elsa has long forsaken that birthright.
It seems like Elsa, it was because she was abandoned, not because she left. I mean, she left because she was being kind of abandoned and abused by the family.
We all earn the right to hunt, but but she gets to crash this thing like it's a backyard wedding.
It brings up a good point, huh?
I mean, it seems like she's got more of a right to be there than them anyway.
And like the rest of you, she's fair game. No special treatment.
So the hunters can't attack each other as well.
The others will follow.
He seems scared though. Look at his face.
We spill all blood for the hunt.
Stone and Creed.
I'm glad we get to explore the monster, you know, the darker side of the MCU a bit. The mystical monsters and everything. We got a little bit of that in Moon Knight, but it's great seeing even more. Yeah, so is it going to be a werewolf or will it be something else? Will it be something recognizable as well from other MCU properties or from the comics? Yeah, and it's just like a huge maze. Okay, that's cool. You can see it moving about there in the background. Reminds me of like a minotaur, you know, minotaur in the maze. I'm surprised how like casually he's walking around. I thought he was gonna like run in because he's first, because he's got the first opportunity getting quick, or stay low and hidden. That's great, the lighting just being on his eyes there. So they've built up Elsa quite a bit. So I don't know if who will actually win this, you know? Will it be Elsa? Or because Elsa's not really the main character here. Oh! Yeah, he was so friendly earlier, but he's just gonna start attacking. Ooh, that's pretty brutal. Just struck head on the concrete like that. She's got the Black Widow leg grapple. Yes, I melted through the ground. So it looks humanoid. It's got human feet-ish. Oh yeah. I was wondering if that was going to happen. And they can be a bit more gory with it, you know. It being black and white, they can get away with it a bit more. I didn't actually see what this was rated before watching it either, actually. She seems pretty durable, though. Yeah, just grabbing the hand. Oh, do you see that? Right through his jaw. Yeah, I do hope the MCU can play around a bit more with darker, more gory things. I know, of course, that Deadpool is going to be R-rated, but I wonder if they will experiment with that anymore. Especially with specials like this, they can get away with it a bit more if it's just a special on Disney Plus rather than a full-fledged movie. I mean, like, the roar isn't something I recognise, but it doesn't sound like a werewolf. That isn't what I think a werewolf would sound like, you know? It looked like he was, like, melting through the ground with its footsteps, but I don't know what would do that. If there's anything I can think of that would do that, like classic movie monsters or something Marvel-related. Yeah, I saw that coming. Oh?
What's up?
Oh yeah, and his Swamp Thing.
I'll come find you. Of course. Are you okay?
So Swamp Thing is the monster? Or is it Man Thing? I get it confused.
Does it hurt?
So he is here to save him and it is the monster. Yeah, I'd seen people... She just got logged in. I'd seen people hyped about Man Thing being in this. But I know in the trailer there was just like a quick glimpse of it, and it was like explaining how monsters exist in this world. So I thought I wasn't sure if it would be the monster or if it would be, you know, just a quick glimpse, like a quick cameo like that. But it does have, Man Thing does have like a bigger role here.
I have to say, I'm having a hard time believing you hunted and killed monsters.
Well, I'm not that type of hunter.
Are all of his kills like attributed to him being the werewolf, like not being able to control it?
Sometimes they're just a pain in the ass that we have to save all the time.
Oh, his family, really? That wasn't Man-Thing screaming out in pain though, was it? Oh, he's already feeling pain from having the bloodstone on him, isn't he?
Just treat him like an old friend. Call him by his name.
Which is?
Ted.
Ted. Oh! Yeah, the thing is, I don't really know Man-Thing's powers. I just assume he's like a swamp monster. But you can like burn him alive? I do love this setting, the maze. That's gonna blow at any moment. Stick it in the crack. Oh, okay. He's gonna end up getting blown up himself. Oh yeah, get the stone off him. It's true. Yeah, where's the werewolf aspect coming into this? That's true.
A monster.
Yeah, if he's related to Man-Thing, that makes sense. I thought for a split second there it would all be a setup to actually catch him or something, but it seems like they're just finding out at the moment too.
I can't wait to find out what breed of evil you are.
Is Ted gonna have to come back and help then?
The hunt decides!
I do wonder if this was actually filmed on film as well, because we're getting all the film grain and the little imperfection, or is that just a filter that they put on after, you know?
No.
I mean, he probably should have known that's what was going to happen if he tried to touch the stone, right?
And the next full moon is in 5 days.
5 days. The Bloodstone's capable of transforming you in 5 seconds.
Do not break eye contact, no matter what.
What are you talking about? What are you doing? What the
Oh, he's got to get acquainted with her smell.
Just kill me as I am. Otherwise there will be no mercy, I promise.
Yeah, will this cage actually be able to contain him?
This may surprise you. Our whole mission is built on mercy for you.
I'll put him out of his misery, that kind of thing. I do wonder if the Bloodstone will be something we get again in later projects. Like in Moon Knight, that kind of thing. This is like quite a MacGuffin, you know? Yeah, see the transformation. Oh, they're just gonna do it in the shadow off camera. I mean, the strobe effect is cool, seeing the shadow. But I was hoping we'd get to see, like we saw his fingers expand a bit there. I was hoping we'd get to see the transformation on camera a bit. Yeah, he's not gonna just rip through the cage and go on a massacre saving Elsa, is he? Let's see the design too. Yeah, of course. I like that they're keeping the design a mystery, actually. We're not getting a good look at him. Did she lose her hand there? Oh! I mean, there's better protection for Elsa, her being in the cage now, isn't it? Oh! Okay, he still looks pretty human. He's got like a normal looking-ish face, and the makeup's still there, yeah. I was wondering if he'd get like a bit of a snout or anything. His design does remind me a little bit of Beast, like X-Men. Like, how much free will does he have here? Is this just the wolf wreaking havoc? It's because his eyes look so human still, you know? It still feels like there's a bit of personality in there. Come on, guy. You can jump over. Ooh! The blood on the camera too. Oh, this is great. The slow zoom in one shot. Yeah, can the Bloodstone still kill him? The Bloodstone seems pretty like, ooh! The Bloodstone seems pretty like flexible in its abilities, you know? Yeah, does he remember? Can she turn him back with it somehow as well? Yeah, of course he's gonna remember. How will he get turned back though? Will it just wear off? Obviously, normally it'd just be like daytime, the sunrise.
A disgrace to your father's memory and the hallowed bloodstone name!
Oh, I knew something was gonna happen. It was just like, but Ted's back. Oh, right into the coffin too. It seemed like Elsa, she wasn't that scared. I thought she had something up her sleeve. Like she could have used the bloodstone somehow.
Make myself available to you.
Brilliant, you can start clearing all this shit up.
So Elsa's now the keeper of the bloodstone. I wonder, how connected this will be. This is quite a great, like, just standalone story, but will it tie into things later down the line? Who knows? Oh, nose coming into colour. Jacket was red all along. Oh, we're getting to see Man-Thing in colour here too as well. Is that practical? Like maybe his legs there are practical and his torso is CG? Oh no, his legs are moving too. It looked pretty realistic. He looks pretty good, Man-Thing. There's like some blur on him, but like the textures on him look more like textures you'd find on a practical model. I wouldn't say they necessarily look like what they're supposed to look like, but they look more like a practical model. It's like they're emulating a practical model rather than emulating plants. Okay, so that was Werewolf by Night. It was really fun, unique. It's nice just having a little standalone story like this. I hope the MCU can delve into stuff like this even more. I know there's the Guardians holiday special coming up, but that's still kind of tied to the rest of the Guardians story, isn't it? So I do hope we can get more things like this. Just little small projects that stand alone. You can be a bit experimental with it like this. It was in black and white. I was wondering if it would be in 4:3 as well, but it was still like widescreen to be a bit more cinematic. But it was just a really fun watch. I feel like there's a few concepts you could do with this, like a murder mystery would be really cool, or something along those lines, like a whodunit kind of thing. That would be really cool. Maybe they could do a follow-up to this somehow. But I do like how independent it is. There was a few references here and there. There's sure to be a few that I missed. There was like what looks like one of Gore's race, Gore the God Butcher. There must have been a few other references that I missed in here. So there's some things for the comic fan, but it does just stand alone on its own, even better than some of the like origin movies, So because of the short runtime on this, I was worried that the act structure would suffer because of that, but it seemed to be okay. We kind of had the first act, them just introducing the concept, introducing the characters, second act into the maze, and then Man-Thing escaping, and then third act being the cage and kind of the fight surrounding that. So I do think that worked pretty well. I was wondering if there'd be a bit more after the cage section, when he escaped the cage. Maybe there's another location for like a big final fight, but this wasn't really as action focused. It was more about the characters, which I really liked. The focus on Jack and Elsa, that was really great. And we had a little bit of Ted there. Ted was great. I thought the Man-Thing would just be a quick reference because I'd seen, as I said in the reaction, I'd seen like the quick glimpse of him that you get from the trailer. I didn't realize he'd be like a key part of the role here. And I was wondering, they were hyping up this monster. I was like, will it be something recognizable? Will it be something from the comics? Will it be something from the MCU in general? Just like in Thor Ragnarok, how Hulk showed up. There was a bit of me thinking like, what if Hulk shows up or someone we know shows up, I don't think it would have been Hulk because that isn't really where Hulk is in his story at the moment. I haven't actually seen She-Hulk yet. I need to catch up with that. But I was wondering if it would be someone we knew. And we'd seen like the floor melting where he was walking. So I was thinking like, who is that? Is that like a flame monster, a big flame monster that I can think of, or a big lava monster I can think of? And like nothing was coming to me, but it ended up just being Man-Thing, who was like surprisingly cute. I really liked Ted. and when he showed up again at the end, which was great. And I liked seeing him in colour at the end there as well, just to get a glimpse of what he'd look like in colour too. I am a little bit confused on the time period for this. Maybe I just misread the coffin, but it looked like the coffin, it said the person died in 1922. And then Elsa was saying, oh, she used to say, I'll come back to life. So that means Elsa was alive in 1922, meaning Elsa is 100 years old. They did say the Bloodstone gives you longevity, so maybe Elsa got some of that, like, reciprocal longevity from it, from just being around the family, and she is actually like 100 years old and it's set in modern day, or is this set in the past? And there's a potential, you know, we now know that Elsa is the holder of the Bloodstone. I do wonder if that plot point will ever come up again. Will it tie into any of the further MCU? I'm not sure. I quite like it being just standalone, its own thing. But you know what the MCU is like, it all loves to be connected. I wouldn't be surprised if Jack shows up just in one of the Avengers films in a final fight, you know, in the background. I know everyone wants everyone to return in Secret Wars because it's going to be like multiverses colliding. So we're going to get X-Men, we're going to get Raimi Spider-Man, we're going to get Andrew Garfield Spider-Man probably. That's what everyone's hoping for. So it feels like Jack might show up there as well. And then Man-Thing is quite iconic. I feel like Man-Thing might show up in a few places here and there, will be referenced at least. There will definitely be references, I think, but I just wonder if any of this will show up again, or if like next October they'll do another one. That'd be really cool. Like I said, a murder mystery would be cool. So I think that's everything. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, consider leaving a like or a comment. If you really loved it, be sure to subscribe to keep up to date for all of the future uploads. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.